Well, I was leaving the bar at Bull Shooters in Ashland, Ohio. And next thing I know, some grandma's hand is around my throat for no apparent reason, asking me to get out. So I oblige by the Ashland rules, the Ashland, Ohio rules. Please get this. I am obliging by the Ashland, Ohio rules. And for no reason, they are trying to push me out. And then the Ashland Police Department, of course, being as great as possible, they asked me to leave because I'm being disobedient to the law of Ashland, Ohio. So I am leaving, and some grandma, she is 90 years old. She might run the bar. This is at Bull Shooters, by the way. She has her hand around my throat. And I have no disobedience to this ruling at all. I am just wondering why this lady's hand is around my throat. She pushes me out of the bar, and the cops tell me to go home. I am going home because I wanted to in the first place, but somebody's grandma forced me to get out of this bar. Unforcefully, no apparent reason as to why her hand was around my throat. I don't know how to end this story because it is so fucked up as it appears. But that is what happened. And that's how I'd like to end this. Some grandma, your grandma, had her hand around my throat and told me to get out. When I was willing,
Holy shit, dude.
more than willing,
It's too much.
to get out peacefully. Trying to leave in the next second, she had her hand around my throat. For no apparent reason, she attacked me.
Dude, you should press charges.
I should, no, first off, O'Brien's, they wouldn't accept my ID, so they tried to charge me for trespassing.
Really?
Yeah, they tried to
That's
charge me for
ridiculous.
trespassing. I wasn't trespassing, I had a valid ID. I will show it to you. Please, let me show it to you. Okay. This is my Ohio license. It says that my birth date is 11/8/87. It says that it expires 11/8/2012, which is expired, correct? Correct. This is expired as of now, right? 11/8/2012.
Something like that.
Well, I went and took my North Carolina driving test after that, which does not have my photo ID on it, but it has my birth date on it and what date it expires. Right, that's January 3rd, 2013, which has not happened yet, which means that I am legal to drink in a bar. They denied me this. This is not valid. This is not valid, even though it is a North Carolina 20-day temporary driving certificate. I asked them at the DMV if this could get me into Ohio bars, and they said yes. But the owner of O'Brien's said no, and I had to leave the bar. So, I had one of my friends buy me a beer. They had already served me before this was presented. They had already served me a Long Island iced tea before this was presented. So I was okay with that. And then I went up to get another beer, and they said, we cannot accept that. That is not a legal ID. I said, well, you have already served me a drink. Why can't I get another beer? He said, well, I'm asking you to leave the premises. And I said, no. So I had one of my friends buy me a drink, and I was about to take my first sip of the beer, and he kicked me out. I said, what are your charges? He said, trespassing, because I already asked you to leave. I said, that's bullshit, because I am, of course, of legal age, and that you have already served me a drink. How many fucking underage drinkers have you served already? He said, that doesn't matter. What matters is you do not have a state ID, and I'm going to have to ask you to leave. So I leave, and that's when I go down to Bull Shooters.
Alright.
And that's when I get choked out by a girl. That has been my night, and it has been horrible. It has been horrible. I just wanted to punch people in the face all night. I just want my moons over hammy. And that's all I want right now.
Yeah, I hope it
And
comes
that's how
to
the
it.
story ends. I hope this night ends great, and I get my moods over Hammy, and I go back to bed, and that is it.